أيا طالب العلم قم لا تنم فإن الزمان
أيا طالب العلم قم.
بسم الله, alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen, wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah. Welcome to the Insight into Islam Community Podcast. I'm your host Ismail Howell, and today we are with our esteemed guests, our local Imam and Sheikh Abdul Wahid and Chairman Saab Abdul Hamid. So this is a, mashallah, momentous day. We are in our new studio. This is our first community podcast. And today we're going to discuss the issue of community, the issue of Insight to Islam, what we're doing, what we plan to do, and the future for the dawah. So first of all, Abdul Wahid, tell us a bit about how Insight to Islam started and where we are now and what does the future look like?
Alhamdulillah. First, I'd like to welcome everyone that's watching, and obviously first and thank you and Abdul Hamid for setting up, and also
those behind the scenes
for all the efforts that they've been putting in all these days, helping us grow as an organisation. And like you said, the fact that there's a team behind of young stars, it shows that it's a community organisation, and it's not individual, and that's really important.
And the sisters, big up the sisters.
Yeah, exactly. So the Insight into Islam first began as when I was at the Imam of Croydon ICT, we were there together.
Yes.
And that was when there was rise in Islamophobia because of the emergence of
the terrorism,
Daesh, basically.
Yes.
So we said, look, people don't really have an insight into Islam. They don't know what Islam really is, the message of Islam, right? What it says in the Quran, what it says in the Sunnah.
Yes.
So let's just open up dialogue by inviting non-Muslims to meet converts and Muslims in the local community.
Yes.
So we had the open days, where we had, for example, whoever was a convert could bring their non-Muslim family members so they can directly speak to the community, as well as hear about what Islam says, the 5 pillars of Islam, 6 pillars of Iman, and a revert story, if you remember.
And these events took place in the local libraries, in schools, in colleges. So there was a lot of dialogue going on between us and the local authorities.
So that's how that's where we started. And then, as obviously the need grew, we did more. Then later on, obviously, I'll leave Sheikh Abdul Hamid to speak about the Dawah Table.
Yes.
But we did some other community events, the Dawah Table, which was ongoing before Insight into Islam even started anyway.
Yes.
It just became the natural kind of, let's say, partnership.
Yes.
Right?
I mean, we had a Dawah Table in Croydon for a little while.
We did have a Dawah Table in Croydon as well.
Yeah.
That's true.
And then there was actually a movement from Brixton, from Croydon to Brixton. Which kind of opened up a new chapter.
That's right.
That's when Abdul Hamid, mashallah, came on board and kind of gave us a new start, I would say.
That's right. And then we did the Ramadan tent, the Dawah tent.
So my question to Abdul Hamid, what's your drive for the Dawah, and why did you want to get involved in Insight to Islam, and what was your kind of vision for us for the future?
Bismillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah, amma ba'd. I don't know if you guys remember how we got together. It was in Brixton Masjid. We were sitting, and it was me, Ibrahim Basket, Mukhtar, and he was in the office as well. So we were talking about da'wah in the street and stuff. So I said to you, we want to do like a da'wah organization in Lambeth where we can call the people to Islam and stuff. And then he said to me, we got insight into Islam. Why don't we work together? I said, it's a good idea. And then Ismail was in the bookshop. I remember.
Yes.
He said to me, Ismail is very good as well, can come work with us as well. So I went to the bookshop, I spoke to you and stuff. And he said, mashallah, it'll be a good idea. I don't know if you guys remember that. You don't remember?
I don't remember.
That's how I can't remember the day. I can remember being in the bookshop.
That's how we got together.
I mean, we did obviously, because of the Wahid moved to Brixton, took a new position. I was
Yeah.
here and there doing different things. So we
Yeah.
kind of dropped the ball for a little while. Then
Yeah.
Abdul Hamid came on board and kind of
Revived it.
revived
Yeah,
it.
We restarted
that's
it.
how we started. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then, was it before that he did? Yeah, I think it was before that he did exhibition near the next to the masjid.
That's
next to the
right. We
masjid.
did the exhibition
Yes.
in
Yeah.
the Beng Centre.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's
yeah.
still on YouTube actually.
Also,
that one.
How is
Brixton
it?
Library.
Yeah, it's still on YouTube. Yeah,
We
yeah.
did something in Brixton Library as well.
Yeah.
We had the Ramadan tent as well.
That's
So
right.
it was kind of
that's how we got together and started
Okay.
working together. Obviously, as the Sheikh said, like we already were giving da'wah in Brixton for a long time there anyway, but it was not like in the organized manner, like how we working now and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
that's how everything started.
Okay, so what?
So now, just to cut you
Yes.
quickly, so just so everyone knows, there's a dawah table every week, once
Every
a week
Thursday.
minimum, every Thursday.
Yes.
Sometimes twice a week if Sheikh Abdul goes out as well.
Yeah.
Calling, giving leaflets out, giving people information about Islam, free copies of the Quran, free leaflets which we've published under Insight into Islam, and it's Sheikh Abdul Hamid with whoever he's got as a volunteer on the day,
Yes.
helping give dawah basically. So that's always every
always
Every
constant.
Thursday, yeah.
Thursday outside the Iceland on Brixton High Road, a very busy place.
Yes. Yes.
Very vibrant, very busy, loads of people coming and going because it's a hub for the transport system, right? So
Yeah.
I mean,
Brixton.
the question that comes to mind is, what do you get from doing the dawah table? Are people interacting with you? Is there good feedback? Are people becoming Muslim on the dawah table? Because people might think, okay, you've just got a stall outside the thing. What's the benefit?
The benefit of the da'wah table is obviously the main purpose of it is to call the people to Tawheed. You know, we live among the non-Muslims, so it becomes our duty now to tell them about Islam. You know, otherwise, you know, if you just live here, we work and we eat and sleep and just a normal family life,
Yes.
then we're not doing our purpose. So the purpose is to call the people to Islam, to introduce them about Islam. That's the main purpose. And what happens is, when you're in the da'wah table, you find different kind of people. Example, you find someone never heard about Islam, they've been looking for Quran, and a lot of people actually find it, they're really surprised when you tell them the Quran is free. Like,
Yeah, I mean, so what's the interaction between from
So
the
that-
non-Muslims? Are they
yeah,
interested?
Yeah,
Are
so
people
that
are-
yeah. So what happens? You find the people come and say, "Oh, I want Quran," and they never heard about Islam. Maybe you introduce them a little bit. Sometimes people are busy; they just want to take the Quran and the leaflets. So that you have those kind of people, and sometimes you find people they have Quran, they've been reading, but they might have questions about certain topics or something like that. And sometimes you find people, they've read about Islam, they're kind of convinced, but they don't know what's the next step. So you explain to them, and if they, you know, they accepted certain, like 5 pillars of Islam, 6 pillars of Iman, they accept that, then maybe they're ready to take Shahada, they take their Shahada. You know, some people as well,
I
they've
mean, how many
been...
shahadas you had roughly in, say, a year? Or?
Alhamdulillah, I mean, there's a lot. Alhamdulillah, over the years, been a lot of
Yeah.
shahadas. Alhamdulillah, we don't really count them, but alhamdulillah, there's been a lot of shahadas. But this is coming back now to the insight into Islam. This is the purpose. That's the reason that we did. We want to open an office because if you ask most of the brothers on the da'wah scene, people take shahada, but what's after the shahada? No contact. You know
Yes.
where to send them, where to learn. That's the purpose that we want to open this office. We'll have classes for new Muslims.
Good.
So, and sometimes you find people, they already believe in Islam, but they didn't take their shahada, they're praying and everything. So that's from the non-Muslim side. And sometimes you have Muslims as well.
Yes.
You have Muslims, they come, they're very happy to see us there. And sometimes from experience with sisters, they never used to wear hijab. Example, some brothers, they never used to pray. You talk to them about Islam and the importance of us, you know, practicing our deen. And you find them, they come back and Some sisters, alhamdulillah, I'm wearing hijab now, I'm wearing niqab. So a lot of it's for Muslims and non-Muslims.
Yes.
You know, so the da'wah, alhamdulillah, I think as well, the Muslims as well, sorry, like when you see them, when they see you there,
Yes.
alhamdulillah, they feel happy. I'm sure, I'm thinking like, increase
It
their
gives them a
iman.
boost. It gives them an
Yeah,
iman boost.
alhamdulillah,
Yeah.
I need to practice myself. And sometimes you find people, I want to be part of the da'wah, how can I be part of the da'wah?
Yeah.
So I think this is some of the benefits of the street
I think
da'wah.
also there's another element, the community work in regards to the events, the Eid events,
Yeah.
the Brixton Souk that we have, and also just helping out Muslims that are in need. What, you know, from your WhatsApp group, what other things you do in the community to help people?
I mean, all of us as a group, you know, we do events, Eid events, community events. Obviously, three of us are here, but we can't forget, I mean, one of the main sisters we have as well in the group, Sister Benedict, that she
MashaAllah.
does, you know, a lot of work in the community for us. All the setting up and everything, you know, she's helping a lot as well, alhamdulillah.
Yes.
So we're all working as a team, alhamdulillah. So we're doing, before we did renovating people, all the elderly in the community. We used to do food bank during COVID, delivering people to people's houses. So Eid, alhamdulillah, we as a team, I think we're growing every day.
And there's
and
potential.
we're getting positive comment from feedback from the community. You know, they're appreciating a lot of things that we're doing. So we want to grow, inshallah. We have a lot of, as you know, a lot of plans. We want to do more, inshallah, in the future.
Abdul Wahid, Sheikh, give us some advice about knowledge and obviously the action.
Yeah.
Because I think learning is fantastic, but not having the actions, that knowledge is a proof against you if you're not using it.
Yeah.
What are the things you think we should be doing within our communities? What do we need to focus on right now? How can we turn that knowledge into something practical? Get on the streets and kind of establish the Muslim community based upon it. What do we need to be doing right now?
I think first and foremost is the importance of acting upon what we know and building a strong identity based upon our values, our aqidah, our belief, our creed. So we know, for example, that we're not going to be impacted or affected by the values that contradict Islam or that are un-Islamic, basically. That's important to do. And one of the ways that that's done is by inviting other people to Islam. As we know, as it pertains to the community, you're either inviting people or you're being invited to their way.
Yes.
And we have to invite them to our way.
Yes. So there's some obligation upon us to go forth.
And
otherwise
they're inviting us.
Yes.
And this is clear.
And we can't stand still.
We can't stand still. So this is clear, obviously, in the verse in Surah Al-Nahl, ayat number 125. The English translation of the meaning is, say or invite to your Lord, right? I.e. speaking to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, commanding him. This is a command. Invite to the way of your Lord with wisdom and good admonition, and discuss them in a way which discuss matters, affairs, values, principles, beliefs, in a way which is better.